Hey guys, welcome back to Standard Time. Today's topic is the new AP release. So they've recently launched it online. It's called the 15206 and there's a platinum version and there's also a rose gold version. It's essentially a Royal Oak Jumbo 39mm watch. There's supposed to be 70 pieces made of the platinum one and 30 pieces of the rose gold. So the idea behind this watch is the indices are replaced by diamonds, small diamonds, and that's pretty much it. So the platinum one comes with a black dial and all the indices are diamond, and the rose gold one also has the same deal where it has the diamonds are encrusted in also a sort of a rose gold case. Now the pricing is not really clear because it's just been launched, and on AP's website they say it's based on request for the platinum one. However, Houdinki states that the price of the rose gold one is supposed to be around $61,000. So naturally you'd assume that the rose gold one has to be more expensive. Now this brings us on to whether the piece is bound to go up in value or whether it's gonna depreciate. And now since it's limited, both of them 70 and 30, they naturally will go up in value despite people not liking it as much as some of AP's other releases, like perhaps the regular Jumbo 15202 in stainless steel. So personally, I think that the diamonds are sort of out of place in this style. It looks a lot like some of the Datejust lines, so it seems like they're kind of taking after that. And the Royal Oak is already a really flashy watch. I'm not sure that adding these kind of tiny squared off diamonds as indices really helps make it look any better. I think that they could have improved it by if they kind of replace these squared diamonds. I don't know what the name of the cut is, but if they replace it with baguettes, I feel like personally that would have been a better look. However, they do have to sort of maintain the nature of the dial and not have oversized indices, so perhaps that's why they went with these smaller diamonds. Now, what do I like about the watch? Personally, this is not something that's within my taste. I really don't like gem set pieces. I mean, if it's done a little bit more tastefully perhaps, which would involve just maybe perhaps the bezel having baguette diamonds that are not that bright and sparkly, I think that would have been a better way to put some shine into this watch. Other things I like about the watch are just that it's sort of the same AP 15202 dimensions, 39mm case, and has the same movement, the 2121 movement by AP with a 40-hour power reserve. And nothing too special there. Of course, it's decorated like any other Royal Oak. Now, what I really don't like about the piece is, like I said, the setting of the diamonds and the fact that they made it platinum. I think white gold would have been sort of a more desirable option, but then again, they do have the honey dial white gold piece, so that might sort of contradict this new release, so perhaps that's why they made it platinum. I mean, platinum is not as lustrous as white gold, but it's sort of, I don't know if it's underappreciated or whether it should even be appreciated. I can't seem to decide that. Personally, I think white gold should have been the option, but this is limited to 70 pieces and I guess they had to differentiate it for those buyers. Now, what else is there to be said about the watch? Nothing much really. It's the same piece that they took. They just changed some materials and small things within the dial. But the thing is, with these companies, they sort of have this great design and they just increment on it. So since this is a really small production, I understand why they haven't changed much and why it would not be worth putting in any new specs into the watch. So I think this piece is aimed towards those sort of AP collectors. It's not really a watch someone would get unless they probably owned a bunch of others. I think it's aimed at the Middle East market because that's where these diamonds and precious metals do well. overall. And someone that is willing to spend this much cash on such an incremental difference in the watch, really, they would most definitely have a lot of other pieces from the same brand.
Now, with very recent Audemars Piguet releases, they've either crushed it or they've gone on like they've done really bad with their marketing. Now, when it comes to Royal Oak, they almost always get it right. Talking about the watch that came out a few months ago, I guess 8 years ago, the Royal Oak with the honeycomb dial, that absolutely killed it when it comes to marketing and when it comes to like overall watch design and everything. Equally, this new Royal Oak has a sort of vintage vibe to it. It's a very modern size, so I don't have a lot of criticism when it comes to that. What a lot of people, I guess, would have a lot of criticism over is the diamonds as the indexes. Now, I don't feel they are a hassle to the watch. It adds, in my opinion, to how like the vintage look of the watch is, and they look fine. Like they're pretty high-end diamonds, and I'm not a diamonds guy personally, but I do think it complements the design of the watch. It's trying to be vintage, and if you guys look at what watches were in the past, they are very along these design guidelines. So this is a special limited production release. They are only producing 100 of these sort of watches, of both the platinum and the rose gold. And that's why I feel this line would specifically be special, because it doesn't allow for non-watch enthusiasts to buy it. It's limited edition. It's very vintage. It looks very vintage, and I feel that the people who would buy this are not people who are gonna ice it out. So I do feel that people are gonna buy this watch, and either they're gonna keep it in a lock safe, because it is quite a hefty price for a watch. They're gonna keep it on a lock safe and only wear it like on very special occasions, or they would this would be like one of their main APs, because it's so classic, a classic Royal Oak.
One last thing I wanted to cover about this piece is how AP could have made it better. Now, like I said, I would have preferred for them to actually, perhaps they could have gone with stainless steel. I think that would have made it more interesting to someone who maybe just wants a hint of pizzazz in their dial, for example. And making it platinum, I mean, it's not that desirable, so I think it could have been avoided, and they could have gone with white gold or stainless steel. Stainless steel would be the best to reduce costs, and I think that would have made it a bit more desirable. And I would have gone with baguette diamonds. Perhaps if it doesn't fit the aesthetic of the dial as well, then perhaps they could have kept the dial the same and had hints of these diamonds in the bezel. So there you have it. That's our thoughts and opinions on the new AP15206 Platinum or Rose Gold with diamond indices release. Let us know what you would have done different if you don't like the way it looks, or if you do like it, explain why you think it's so special, I mean, and how it's different from other pieces in the same existing collection in the comments below. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and on Facebook at Standard Time Insta, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel because it really helps. Thanks, see you next time.
See you guys next time.